talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media, and it is Criterion sale time, and I am here to do my mandatory Criterion recommendation video. I have 5 movies here that I would always recommend to anyone who wants to have a good, or at least interesting, time at the movies. So I'm just going to jump right into it here, and I always have to recommend Brazil. It's one of the few that I've had on DVD that I upgraded to Blu-ray, even though the DVD is actually way cooler because it's in like a big 3-disc translucent slip box. But the Blu-ray is great nonetheless. It is one that I will not be surprised if they upgrade to 4K at some point. But it is great. There's no news of it yet, so get it while you can. It's only 20 bucks. What the hell? It is a visual feast for the eyes. It's been a while since I watched it. I'll admit, came out my birth year in 1985. There is multiple cuts of this movie. This is the director's cut, and then there is a theatrical cut, I believe. I am not sure if it's on this version of it, but it was on the DVD. So that is one thing the DVD might have over this. But the special features disc has what they call the Love Conquers All cut, which this movie's 142 minutes long. I'll just say that. The Love Conquers All cut is 90 minutes long. So they cut 52 minutes out of this movie to make the overly studio-friendly version, and it just destroys the entire movie, and it's worth watching just to see how different it is. And there's actually a really good commentary track from a film historian on there explaining how it affects the movie and all that jazz. So I always recommend Brazil, and you probably need to watch it at least more than once, and I mean the director's cut. But you need to watch it definitely more than once, because you need to watch that Love Conquers All cut, just so you can see how happy we are to get the real movie. The next one is one of my all-time favorite movies. It is 12 Angry Men. I think this is getting a 4K at some point soon. I don't think it's from Criterion, though. But either way, I don't care if you buy this one. I don't care if you wait for the 4K. Go buy and watch 12 Angry Men. It is such a simple plot. It's about an hour and a half long, and it's about a jury of 12 angry men deliberating a murder case, and it's mostly in one room for all but like the last scene, essentially, which is like 30 seconds long. But other than that, you just got this great ensemble cast led by Henry Fonda, and it's just him changing the minds of 11 men through just talking about the case. It's brilliant. Words cannot explain how good this movie is. I'll just put it that way. It was nominated for Best Picture, Director, and I want to say Screenplay as well. Probably should have won. I can't remember what, 1957. I can't, off the top of my head, think of what won Best Picture that year, but I can guarantee I like this movie more than that. The next on my list, I haven't even opened this yet, but I've seen it, and it's great. And it's the Blu-ray version of Blowout. I would recommend you go buy the 4K, because it just came out. And, it's newer. But if you don't have a 4K player, get this one. This kind of pisses me off. I bought this last July and never got around to watching it. This is a fantastic movie. Brian De Palma has gone from being a director I give no shits about whatsoever to being one of my favorite directors over the last couple years, thanks to Criterion and Scream Factory for releasing so many of his films. I've watched not even all of them yet, but this one mainly has easily become my favorite of his films, I would say. Maybe outside of Carrie. That's probably the one I would watch more often just because I grew up on it. But that also has John Travolta, so there you go. But this movie is an extremely interesting solving a murder case style movie with John Travolta as a sound engineer for a film studio who accidentally records the audio of someone being killed and then has to solve what the heck is going on, essentially. There is the original version called Blow Up, which is also on Criterion Collection. I bought that last year. Haven't watched that one either because I never have time to watch the movies I buy because I'm an idiot. But I'm excited to watch that one. That one is about someone who accidentally takes a photograph, I believe, of someone being murdered. And this one is the sound of it. So it's an interesting take for a remake. And if you don't want to read subtitles and watch a movie that you don't know who's in it, go buy the Hollywood version because it's damn good. This one I bought during the last sale, and I've seen the movie. Once again, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I don't get to watch anything. I watched this movie a couple times, though, with my wife. It's just one we always quote, even though we've only watched it together like 1 or 2 times. It's funny. It is an Albert Brooks film, stars Meryl Streep and himself, called Defending Your Life. I figured I'd grab one that less people know about. It's not quite as well known, at least for an American film in their Criterion Collection. But Defending Your Life is a hilarious concept comedy where there's this place called Judgment Shit. I almost said... Scratch that. Judgment City. There we go. I almost said Judgment Shitty. That would have been weird. It's a good thing I didn't say that. Albert Brooks is the lead character. He dies, goes to Judgment City, which is essentially like purgatory, and it's like this really like boring place where you can kind of just do whatever, and you're just living in like a crappy white apartment, just waiting to see if you go to heaven or hell. And while he is there, he meets Meryl Streep, who sort of becomes, the woman he never got while he was alive. And, hilarity ensues. It's a cute romantic comedy about two dead people waiting to see what happens to them in the afterlife. But I recommend seeing it. I really want to go buy his other movie that's in the Criterion Collection at some point, which, of course, the name right now is eluding me. But maybe I'll throw a picture of it to not seem so stupid. And last but not least, another Blu-ray I still haven't watched, but it's a new one, so I'm not worried about a 4K upgrade anytime soon. So I'm going to recommend my favorite filmmaker's grossly underrated masterpiece from 1990, the Coen brothers' Miller's Crossing. This was their third film. I have to think in my head now. Yes, after Blood Simple, which is another one I would recommend from the Criterion Collection, and Raising Arizona, which very, very badly needs at least a damn good Blu-ray or 4K upgrade, if not in the Criterion Collection. I can live with that. But it's another amazing film. This is an awesome old school gangster movie from the Prohibition era. There we go. Starring Gabriel Byrne as essentially the lead gangster. And he works under the late great Albert Finney, who is like the mob boss of the area. And it's about the ins and outs of getting in and out of, cahoots with different gangs, trying to win favors and, cover up murders and all that fun sort of stuff you get in these kind of movies, with all the quirky, brilliant dialogue that the Coen brothers are the best at giving us and have been for the last 30-odd years. So that is what I got for you in this pile. Nice, easy one. All these are easily available still. Like I said, I would go get the blowout 4K as opposed to the Blu-ray if you're able. But the rest of these are just Blu-rays. 12 Angry Men, like I said, I think is getting a 4K, probably from Kino Lorber, but I honestly can't remember. But either way, you just need to own this movie because it's brilliant. And Miller's Crossing is great. It's a pretty new release just from this year. Defending Your Life is a very good movie. One that probably wouldn't get a 4K release, but doesn't necessarily need a 4K upgrade. It's kind of like one of those movies. And Brazil, I just can't not recommend Brazil. That is what I have for my 5 recommendation video today. You will see me buying a few more Criterions this month, and I will, show you as I get them. I'll show you what I got, as I like to do. I will be doing another Show Me What You Got video on Tuesday, because I am expecting 2 more things in the mail on top of 3 I have upstairs, one of which I forgot I ordered. That's always fun. But thank you for watching. Comment down below of which movies you would recommend from the Criterion Collection that I have not said, or ones that you plan on buying this month as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.